We are back and we are gonna take you guys along on today's journey of what the heck we are doing. So I forgot to start recording as soon as I got up this morning, so it is about 10:15 a.m. here, but we're gonna take you a day in the life of what's going on today. So far the day has started extremely well. First thing that I want to mention is the sales training that I'm a part of. If you guys aren't doing something every single day to improve your sales skills, you're gonna falter in some way, shape, or form. There's a way to pitch a prospect, there's a way to present an offer, there's a way to do specific things in the sales process to get predictable and consistent results. And if you don't do that, your income is going to be affected significantly. And you guys, if you stay to the end of this video, what I'm going to share with you will not only increase your sales skills, your conversions, but it is the ultimate way to close deals when you are on the spot. So stay tuned. And without further ado, let's just jump into today's activities. So for the last 20 to 30 minutes or so, what I've been doing is putting together a handout that we are going to provide in a folder. It's basically actually multiple different handouts. And what it's going to include is testimonials, what our process looks like, things that they need to watch out for, owners need to watch out for when dealing with other investors to provide value. What we're trying to do at the end of the day is be the most value-driven company, although we might not be at the highest price. And now Mila and I, unfortunately, we do not get to spend the day together. Stop it, Mila. We do not get to spend the day together today because I have to go on appointments here. I have to drive up to a real estate closing for a client of mine at 12. I should probably sit up straight. And then afterwards, I have to drive to Green Bay on another appointment. I'm gonna take you guys along, see if I can capture some footage in there. And then after that, we have a house showing even further north. So I'm gonna be on the road for a long time today. My mom is probably gonna come let Milo out because that's just what needs to happen. So without further ado, why don't we let's hop in the car. We'll talk on the way to the closing. We are having one of those days again. Blood sugar, 256. And for those of you that are not diabetics, the normal range is 80 to 120. So we are dragging butt right now, but we are heading to this closing. So this deal was an absolute nightmare. And when I say nightmare, I'm not specifically talking about the property itself. The property is actually really nice, but the deal just, like when lenders are involved, especially lenders that don't seem to have a halfway decent commercial lending department, like this, 2 days before closing or 3 days before closing, which ended up delaying closing to this week, the lender reaches out and says, yeah, we need a new month-to-month lease signed. Long story short, I had to go meet with the tenants. The owner is down in Texas, and on top of that, the worst part is the fact that took the listing at 4%. It was a one-party listing. 2% is the co-broke, so half of that's gone. Plus 35% is being paid out on a referral fee, which I got fucking gouged on that. Sorry, I got gouged on that one. And then I have to pay another referral fee on top of it. So Derek, if you're watching this, you've got some money coming. If you guys are real estate agents or you want to be a real estate agent, quick tip for you, when it's a seller's property that you have, like I'm showing up late to this closing right now because first off, the seller's not here, so it doesn't matter. And I don't really want to sit in on their closing for the next 20 to 30 minutes or so. I just want to drop off the keys, collect my cash flow, and bounce out of here. Appointment over with. Don't have a good feeling on that. I think we're way below on the numbers compared to what they were expecting. They had some realtors go out there, I knew that. It wasn't a perfect fit. The house was extremely nice. Like I'm talking, even though the lady was probably in her 80s, it was meticulous, clean. Paint was like in perfect condition, kitchen cabinets, bathroom, everything was like pristine. But if you hold on for 1 second, when I get back home, we're gonna break down some sales tips that I learned this morning. I just spent about 2.5, 3 hours in the car. I'm done. Pouring rain out. This is what it was. We were walking the rural farm property. Terrible weather. Little missies. Oh, hey, Mila. Oh, damn. So what is the plan for the rest of the day? It is 4:45 p.m. You guys, I don't even remember when I left the house. I think I left the house at like 11:30ish. But we are gonna try to do a Facebook Live here, provide some content, always be providing content in the real estate space because you don't know who might have interest in lending on potential deals, or being a potential partner on deal, or might know a family member looking to sell a property. Let's let her out. Looks like our yard is mud. Go potty. So, I don't know if you guys can see the rain in the video. It's pouring rain right now. Oh my gosh. Always try and provide valuable content that people can actually utilize to grow their business. And then at 5:30 we have a call regarding a home inspection from yesterday. And I don't want to forget, I'm gonna drop that knowledge bomb on you guys in a couple minutes here of the sales technique that I just learned. For my newer investors, have you guys ever seen a home inspection report before? They're very long, cumbersome. They have way too much information in them. Like this one is 52 pages. Think of how freaked out a buyer might be, a home buyer, a traditional home buyer might be, if they see a 52-page report. Please excuse the background noise. A 52-page report with repairs that are needed. I would be freaked out myself. So this is what it looks like. A home inspector's job is to obviously point out every single flaw within the property. Now, be sure and be aware of the fact that although there are defects, although there are flaws with the property, it doesn't mean that the buyer is going to be requesting repairs on everything in the home inspection report. The sales technique that I've been hinting at all video, I kept it till the end. I know I'm sorry, I apologize. Look at this. Look at this dog. What are you doing? So the sales technique, learned it again, jordanstupar.com is probably what it's under. But you guys, this stuff is golden. Like when we were going over it in class today in training, I'm not gonna lie, some of it just went right over my head. I didn't understand any of it. The basic premise of this entire thing, when you meet with an owner, like when I met with that owner today in Green Bay, I had asked him, I was like, Julie, I ask all the sellers that I meet with this same exact question. And the question is this: in order for you guys to make sense of selling this particular property to a company like ours, what would be the 1, 2, possibly 3 most important things that you would need to see in order for you to make sense out of it? And what she had said, she was like, well, Carter, obviously price is probably number 1. Understandable. Understandable. We're not gonna be the highest price. I understand it though. Number 2 is going to be the convenience factor of the sale. And she actually did not have a number 3. So you ask that question and then you dig into the 3 different responses that you might receive. What's most important to them? If it came down to no repairs thing might be huge in their mind if they didn't have to make repairs. So that's a feature of what we offer as cash home buyers, as property buyers. So you pitch it along the lines of this: Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I totally understand not wanting to make repairs on the property. That's what most owners tell us. And ultimately, when we provide you an offer for it, we're assuming that it stays the exact same as what I'm looking at right now, which means for you, you don't need to worry about hiring contractors to come in here. You don't need to worry about spending any extra money or trying to get someone scheduled to show up on time and then having to start the process over again. And ultimately, at the end of the day, then you go into the benefit. What this will result in for you is less stress, less hassle, which I know is something that you want. Then you finish it off with the emotional gap question. But Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I have to ask you this. What are you currently doing right now to make sure you're not stressed out or hassled or inconvenienced by the fact of making all these repairs prior to even listing it on the market and selling your property? Chances are it's probably going to be, well, Carter, I'm not doing anything right now. That's probably why we called you. And then you answer with this, and I'm gonna read it word for word from here. So you would agree that if you had the ability to sell your house without making any repairs, it was sold as is, that you could have a very stress-free, hassle-free process. You wouldn't have to worry about things. You'd feel confident that we could get the job done, and ultimately at the end of the day, you could relax. You could breathe a huge sigh of relief off your chest and not have to spend all this extra money, time, resources hiring these contractors, meeting with contractors to get them into your property and get the deal done. Would that provide a little bit of relief at the end of the day for you? And what this is, with the way that you're phrasing it, it's borderline, I don't want to say manipulative, because it's not manipulative. What it is, it's a very difficult question to say no to or to come up with a negative response. And by utilizing this, I need to practice more on it because it's not second nature to me right now. I struggle with it. I stumble over the words. I stumble with the feature, advantage, benefit language. But if you guys got any value from this whatsoever, comment down below, let me know. I'm gonna make more videos on this. But this language alone, I am confident will help us close more deals. It'll help us build better rapport with the sellers and ultimately at the end of the day, make more money. But now I'm kind of getting hungry. It's almost 6 o'clock, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I do appreciate you watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Peace, love, go close some deals.